We're going to be paying tribute to Andre Tanker in a musical format. Well, we aren't going to, but we're going to definitely tell you a little bit about it. It's happening this weekend as well. Stick around. It's in our morning show. We take a break and we come back.
No, the song is really about alienation. Through clouds and through falling mist, multinational galaxies floating on inflated bliss. Through timeless loops, distortions and harmonies, and people like counter melodies, some with double agent strategies. But strong is the power of love, the power of freedom, the power of blackness fills my heart, yeah, yeah. My forward to stay, I went away, I leave on a forward home, a forward to stay, I must see me way. And this is probably the verse you know. Yeah. I went away, looking for another home.
Strong is the power of love, and strong is the energy on our set this morning. We are talking about an event that is taking place on the 24th of September, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm telling you, Chantuelle Vibz, you do not want to miss it. A musical tribute to the late, great Andre Tanker, who you just saw on your screen. In studio with us this morning, Empress Ajay, good morning, and my namesake, Natasha Joseph, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome
Thank
to
you,
the show.
Natasha. Thanks for having us. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you here,
Yes.
and it's a pleasure to see the work that you are doing.
Thank you very
for
much.
us and for our culture and for the generations to come.
Yes. Oh, that's
Listen.
very important there.
So,
Yes.
if we can, I really would like to go straight into the event and what
course.
inspired you to decide, listen, it's time for me to put on this tribute.
Yeah. I want to say special morning again.
Of course.
To, the staff of TTT. Thanks for having us, and Trinidad and Tobago on the whole. That question keep coming up, and why now? Andre Tanker's music, even though I never met him personally.
Yeah.
Of course, I grew up hearing his music. And me doing my songs basically run on the Chantuelle rhythms, the African rhythms. And Calypso being my foundation, I'm proud to say that. We know the Calypso rhythms originated from West Africa. So I always work along that vibes. Drums, anything with that always have my spirit, light me up. So when I started to hear Andre Tanker's music, I loved it. I must say Siamanda is my absolute favorite. But I never got a chance to really do his music on stage because, I singing in the tents, basically Calypso. Of course, you have to sing your songs. And in 2019, when I decided to do my own events, I got the opportunity, of course. The stage is mine, it's my shows. And I would always do an Andre Tanker song or two. And they say nothing don't happen until the universe say it should happen.
Yes.
IBA, which took place May this year, that was my Mother's Day show, I got the inspiration that it, as we would say, people call it different thing, but I would say it straight. Spirit spoke to me.
Right.
Do a Andre Tanker tribute show. Now, I know I would do a second event. I didn't know what time of the year, to be honest, but I know I wanted to do a second event for this year. And it came in my head to do an Andre Tanker show. I spoke with, the first person I mentioned it to was, I call him Baba Tamba Gwindi. Tamba Gwindi, percussionist extraordinaire, who played with Andre Tanker for 17 years, who is also on the show, he's part of the band. I mentioned it to him. And when I told him his exclamation, his exact words were, "But Empress, you're a real spirit woman, you ain't easy." I said, "Why?" And he told me of the same thing that was impressing upon his spirit to do. He said his plan, now, anybody who know Tamba Gwindi, he's not a talker. He don't talk much. So he said I was going to take one of his songs and, do it over in my style. That is what I was going to do, to pay homage to him. He said, "Nah, boy." He said, "This what happened. There's confirmation here," and that is where the whole idea, in its embryonic stage. And we build it from there, The conversation we now had with the relevant persons, who need to make the show happen. And down the road,
And that's it. And now we are here. We're sitting down, Natasha.
Yes, 9 days away.
9 days away. Natasha, tell me something. How does it feel to be a part of this production?
For me, it's an honor to be part of this show. I grew up as a child. Andre Tanker was my favorite musician. I had no idea that I would grow up to be a musician myself and actually share the stage with him on numerous occasions. So for me, it's also an opportunity to pay tribute again. I performed a tribute to Andre Tanker before in 2015, I believe, with Chantuelle and same Baba Tamba, Green Lee. And that was the first one after his passing. So this one, for me, I am elated and honored to be a part.
I can see the joy in your face as you speak of it. Empress Ajay, how important is it for you to preserve our culture and our music?
Wow, fantastic question. It's, bigger than me. And I think the greatest thing we can do, and I'm talking collectively here now, I'll go back to, personalizing it, is for us to say thanks in whatever genre, whatever genre you choose, someone would have laid that path for you. Right. Call it ancestors, whatever you want to call it. Someone would have gone out there before you and blazed that trail. And I think we all should pay homage and give thanks for that. For me, it is super important in the sense that, as I said, I was brought up on a culture to be very grateful, right. Even as a child. My spirituality speaks to that. My belief system speaks to that. We must ultimately be grateful for the simple breath of life. So here is a great musician, a composer, who has impressed upon my music career and continues to do so. As I said, the ultimate for me is being grateful and preserving the music so that those coming up, would hear. It's not unbelievable that the youth now, a lot of them don't know our icons, and that is sad. That is sad, and one person cannot do it. I'm not saying it was never done before. Of course, we have had tribute shows to different artists. I think this should be a continuous effort by all performing artists. If it's a small show, it must be continuous. We ought to be grateful.
When what you put energy into is what is going to flow out and manifest. Exactly. So does that mean hopefully we may be able to see some more tribute shows from you in the future?
Well, I like the questions. I like how these questions going because you must do things with a plan.
Right.
I like to see you can operate happenstance, and even if you're used to operate happenstance, there must be a time when you settle yourself and ground yourself.
Right.
And Empress Ajay, when you hear my name, you hear my productions, you must immediately think of certain things. And I would say now, yes, Chantuelle Vibz would always take the form of a tribute.
Wonderful.
That is what Chantuelle Vibz, the concept, the brand, would be reserved for. So next year, you never know, it might be a Ella Andel, Queen Ella Andel, it might be Calypso Rose. It is my duty, I see it as my duty, my function upon this earth as a musician, to pay homage to a musician every year with that event, Chantuelle Vibz.
Yeah, definitely, and it's really impactful the day that this event is taking place.
Yes.
It's taking place on the 24th of September. And it's also National Patriotic Month as well. So everything is falling into line.
Of course.
That's the way that it works. So
and Andre Tanker's birthday.
And Andre Tanker's birthday as well. See?
Yeah.
So everything works out. Everything happens the way it is supposed to at the right time. So ladies, both of you will be performing. Natasha will be performing.
Yeah, I'll be performing with Empress Ajay. I play steel pan.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'll be supporting her and also featured.
Empress, can you give us maybe a taste of what we can look forward to? No performance, just let us know what you might be performing.
Well, for sure, Smokey Joe. Smokey Joe had a big time mask, play a big time mask. Hey. Purple velvet and shining brass. He ride through tongue on a golden throne. King of the road in a world of his own. That's just one. Smokey Joe, steel band times, of course. Natasha showing off with that song. They say the man had to stick in the waist. He come to be down the place. So although it is not a male that would be on stage, Don't study the gender.
Coming with 2 sticks.
Coming with 2 sticks, and she coming to give them pan. You know, Forward Home, and I saw that was played before we started the interview, and Forward Home relates to so many people who went abroad, whether it was America, England, Canada, and say here now, home is home, you know. Home is home. Let me pack my Georgie bundle and go back home. And I too can relate to that song, you know, in earlier days of my life. So Forward Home. And I don't want to give out the whole set, but listen to me. This show is a breath of fresh air in the sense that it is a difference, you know. And someone said to me, Gabe, so much thing happening Republic Day. But there is something different happening on Republic Day. And that is the tribute to Andre Tanker. When last you sat down and hear a concert with artists paying tribute to Andre Tanker, another thing, it's going to be 95% Andre Tanker song.
95%.
Of course, it's a tribute show. So the guest artists may do, not me, doing like one of their original songs.
And who are your guest artists?
Oh, we have Tree Canal, who needs no introduction.
None.
We have, I call her Auntie Mavis John. We have Mavis John, iconic Mavis John. Myself, I'm Prasad J. We have Stacey Sobers, a Calypso Monarch finalist, about 3 occasions. We have Atta Clan, Big Bad Atta Clan, Natasha Joseph. And we have a competent band of musicians led by Rodney Alexander, who is the musical director. People always want to know, so who's their musicians, boy? You know?
Yeah.
Because your musicians, of course, they lent a fantastic show. So, unquestionably, competent
musicians
on the show.
It's going to be unforgettable.
Oh, it's going to be a memorable event. And you know, I can't leave out Margaret Gittins, who is the producer, and she's right there, you know, making sure everything is put in place. Very meticulous lady, and you have to be meticulous if you want an excellent product.
100%.
You know, while they say nothing never really gets perfect, our job is to aim to perfection. Let the universe do the rest, but you go hard and do your part.
Yes, definitely. Chantuelle Vibz is happening on the 24th of September at the Central Bank Auditorium, starting at 7:30 p.m. A tribute and definitely a night that you will never forget. Ladies, very quickly before we wrap, where can we get tickets?
Nice. Tickets, you can get tickets at Crosby's Music Center in St. James. We have Extra Foods, Grand Bazaar, Arima, Endeavor. We have Mart's Liquor Palace, that's in Diego Martin, just after La Puerta. We have D&T Barbershop in Aruca. And I'm not sure about this one. On the day of the event, I ain't sure. Can't provide any guarantees with that.
Tickets sell out,
and of course, online, for the online persons, online at Island E Tickets. Or you can call me, 482-3111.
All right, wonderful.
Or 678-2843.
678-2843.
Yes.
Trinidad and Tobago and the world, Empress RJ and Natasha. I just keep on saying Natasha Joseph with us this morning, talking about Chantuelle Vibz happening on the 24th of September at the Central Bank Auditorium, a tribute to Andre Tanker. Look out for more. This is the Now Morning Show. We have way more coming up on the show. Stay tuned.